There is a specific kind of humiliation that burns hotter than any anger. It is not the burn of failure. It is not the burn of defeat. It is the hollow, scraping feeling of asking for something that should have been freely given. We have all stood before a closed door. We have all sent the text that went unanswered. We have all looked into eyes that were looking past us, and we made the fatal mistake. We asked, why? We asked, please. We tried to negotiate desire. We tried to bargain for respect. But here is the brutal truth that will save your life if you let it. If you have to beg for it, it was never yours to begin with. Why do we do this? Why does a man, born with the capacity for strength and reason, reduce himself to a beggar in his own life? It is because we have forgotten where our power lives. We have outsourced our peace. We have taken the keys to our own fortress and handed them to strangers, to lovers who do not love us, to bosses who do not see us, to a world that is indifferent to our cries. We confuse persistence with desperation. We tell ourselves that if we just explain ourselves one more time, if we just show them how much we care, the door will unlock. We think that love or respect or opportunity is something to be earned through the sheer volume of our suffering. But look at the reality. When you chase, they run. When you beg, you lower your value. You are telling the world, I am not enough on my own. I need you to complete me. And in that moment, you become a slave. Not a slave in chains, but a slave in spirit. As a great philosopher once warned us, he who craves what depends on others is a slave, even if he wears a crown. We spend nights awake, replaying conversations, dissecting silence, wondering what is wrong with us. But the error isn't in who we are. The error is in where we are looking for our worth. We are trying to drink from a cup that is already broken. There is a better way, a path walked by emperors and slaves alike who found freedom in the midst of chaos. They understood a fundamental law of nature. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. The opinions of others? Not up to us. The affection of a partner? Not up to us. The outcome of a job interview? Not up to us. When we beg, we are fighting against reality. We are trying to force the river to flow upstream. We are screaming at the rain to stop falling. This is not just futile. It is madness. The emperor who wrote his meditations in the dust of war camps told us that we have power over our minds, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He taught us that the only thing we truly own is our character, our choices, and our judgment. Everything else, reputation, wealth, intimacy, is borrowed. It is on loan from fortune, and she can call in that loan whenever she pleases. If someone walks away from you, if an opportunity denies you, do not cling to the doorframe. Do not grasp at the hem of their garment. To do so is to argue with the universe. It is to say that you know better than fate. Instead, we must cultivate the inner citadel. When the external world denies us, we retreat inward, not to hide, but to regroup. We find that we are self-sufficient. We remember that a man's value is not a fluctuating currency decided by the market of public opinion. It is a constant, anchored in his virtue and his ability to endure. So, how do we rebuild? How do we kill the beggar inside us? We start with the discipline of silence. When you feel the urge to chase, you stop. You physically stop. You feel the anxiety rise in your chest, the burning need to fix things, and you watch it. You observe it like a storm passing over a mountain. The storm rages, but the mountain does not bow. We learn to accept the no. In fact, we learn to love the no. When life denies us something we thought we needed, it is not a punishment. It is a redirection. It is the universe clearing the path for something that is actually meant for us. When you stop begging, you start attracting. This is not a tactic. It is a law of energy. A man who is content within himself, who requires nothing from others to feel whole, becomes a force of gravity. Imagine the freedom of walking into a room and needing nothing. You speak your truth, not to be liked, but because it is true. You give your love, not to get something back, but because it is your nature to give. And if it is not returned, you remain whole. You remain unshaken. You realize that anything you had to force was merely a cage in disguise. The relationship you had to beg for would have been a prison of anxiety. The title you had to plead for would have been a burden of insecurity. By letting go, you do not lose. You win back your soul. Stand up, dust off your knees. The days of pleading are over. If they do not see your value, you do not hand them spectacles. You show them your back, not in arrogance, but in the quiet, terrifying confidence of a man who knows what he is worth. The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the respect you have been giving away to ghosts. Walk away from the table where respect is no longer being served.